My people, my fellow Biafran people, na how una day. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on where you're listening to the sound of my voice. This one na Biafra Superstars Media, and I'm holding it down. I say may God bless Biafra, and may God bless Odudua. May God bless His Excellency Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and may God bless His Excellency ESN Ekpa Simon Njoko, the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic government in exile. My people, today I'm going to give you a very short introduction because I want to go straight to the point. Today, I want you all to understand that Hope Uzodinma, or whatever name you want to call him, but for the sake of record, I will call him Hope Uzodinma, because if we call him with a nickname, Hope Uzodinma, or any other name you call him, if you call him Hopeless Uzodinma, 100 years from now, the naysayers will say Hopeless was a cousin of Hope Uzodinma. 100 years from now, the naysayers, the criminals, they will say, oh, in the days of Biafra, this man called Hope Uzodinma is not the same person as Hope Uzodinma. The same way they are playing games now. You have heard the story about Tinubu. From Ahmed to Ahmed, a woman's name to a man's name, from Ahmed to Adekunle. That is the same game they play. So we must keep the record straight, because those who are documenting the annals of history, they must get it right. Right now, when we say Hopeless Uzodinma or Uzodinma, we know who we are talking about. But 100 years from now, 500 years from now, when the land of Biafra is doing well, if the bloodline of Hope Uzodinma is still there, hopefully not, but if the bloodline is still there, they will go around and control the media and lie that the man they call in that video, Hopeless Uzodinma, is not the same man as Hope Uzodinma. Therefore, the children of Hope Uzodinma must be crucified. But the man called Hope Uzodinma is a good man. So we have to be careful. I know we are angry with him, but we must call him by his real name. So today I want to speak on that man they call Governor Hope Uzodinma. My Biafrans, I want you to know that that man is not a Biafran. As the saying goes, not all skin folks are kinfolks. Not all skin folks are kinfolks. Skinfolk means people that look like you, that have your skin, that are your relatives, come from the same tribe or whatever. They are not your kinfolks. They are not your relatives. They are not your tribesmen. They are not your family member. When you look at Hope Uzodinma, I will call him by his name to avoid the confusion of history. When you look at Hope Uzodinma and put next to him the man they call Maradona, the man they call IPOB, the man they call Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, my people, I want to assure you, you will never see any difference. So don't be confused or be naive because Hope Uzodinma has a light skin complexion. Don't assume that to be one of the traits of the Igbos or the Biafrans. He is not part of us. If you look at IPOB very well, he has a light skin. He is a Fulani man. Fulani by nature, whatever you want to call it, most of them have light skin. They got the light skin from Usman Danfodio. For those of you who know your history, Usman Danfodio came from the north, where you call the Middle East, with his wives and concubines and his men. They rode all the way into Africa with Islam. Their mandate was to conquer the whole of Africa and turn Africa into Islam. And they vowed that when they got towards the area called Nigeria, that zoo area, they vowed to dip the Quran into the Red Sea or into River Niger. If they have done it, don't forget we have the Niger Bridge in Biafra land. If they were successful in dipping the Quran in the River Niger, my people, by now, everybody in Igbo land, you would have 50% Christians, 50% Muslims. The same way you have in the Yoruba land. Respect to the Yoruba nation, respect to the land of Uzodinma. But I am here to call a spade a spade. I am not here to bite my tongue for anyone. I am here to record history the way it is. There is a reason why when you look at the Yoruba nation, half of them, they are Yoruba Muslims and half are Christians. I will even say by nature, more of them were Muslims because Usman Danfodio conquered a lot of the Yoruba side. Don't forget that. But when you come toward the land of Biafra, things are different. The only problem we had in the land of Biafra was during the Biafran War. Because when Usman Danfodio and his men, his light-skinned women, and his concubines, when they were coming from the north, they conquered the whole of the north. They turned the north to Islam. And they were coming all the way from the north. They got towards the middle belt. They conquered the Yoruba side, Oyo and all those. They conquered all those places, and they kept on coming. But unfortunately for Usman Danfodio, you also had the advent of Britain. So Britain, in a way, slowed them down. They slowed their pace. We as well, the Biafrans, we were fighting during those days. We fought them back. But Britain, with their might, was able to slow them down and say, handle the north, but leave this side. So that was how the Biafran land was spared when it came to the conquest of Usman Danfodio. My people, I am going somewhere with this. Up till that time, there was no Muslim or whatever in the land of Biafra. We had the pure blood of Biafrans. There was no mixture of the blood. There was no bloodline mixture. There was no confusion. Whoever was in the southeast was a Biafran. We knew that. Until the coming of the Biafran War. When the Zoo military, the Nigerian military, mainly of the Fulani tribes, mainly from the side of the north, when they came to the land of Biafra, and they did what they did to us. Not only the starvation, when they came to the land, they killed the boys, they killed the men, they starved the children, and they raped our women. That was how we started having those who look like us, but they are not of us. When the Fulani soldiers came to the land of Biafra during the Biafran War, let's call a spade a spade, they raped our women. I told you the story. I always say the story of what my mother told us, that when they were young girls, during that time, in the time of crossing, when you are trying to cross, when you are trying to move from one town to another, you must pretend to be pregnant. You must have a calabash in your stomach. That was how their mothers protected the young girls in the time of war. All the girls must have a calabash. A calabash means something like a big plate, a bowl. You will put a bowl and wrapper in your belly and wrap it up. When you wrap it up, it will not look like you are 6 or 7 months pregnant. That way, when you are doing the crossing from town to town, from bush to bush, when the Fulani military, the same way the Boko Haram military are doing now, when they come to you and they see you are pregnant, they will spare you. They will not rape you. But they will still fumble or fondle with your body parts. Things like your breast and things like that. My mother told me this story. They see you look heavily pregnant, they will still come around and touch your body. So many girls were telling their parents what happened. And my mother, she documented that information. Most of you don't know this. You thought it was only rape they rape. They raped our women, but even when you look like you are pregnant, the full and dirty stinking soldiers, they will come and touch you. They will touch you. And unfortunately, during the war, most of them that don't have a calabash, they have to take the risk. They have to go out town to town towards the Red Cross to get food for their, for their family. So when the girls go towards the area, the location of the Red Cross, in most cases, they fell victim because they were entrapped. Before you know it, the soldiers are everywhere. The soldiers will rape them from sunup to sundown. In most cases, they will rape them and kill them, or they will rape them and lock them up, hoping to come back. You see, hoping to come back in the night to continue what they are doing. But in most cases, the Biafran soldier might see those girls and free them. I am giving you first-hand information and history being told by the word of mouth. The information that the zoo government, they refuse to publish or they refuse to make it go public. They tell you no victor, no vanquish. What a load of rubbish. The mayhem, the curse, the havoc that they caused in the land of Biafra, the blood of our women, they are still crying. They are still crying. My family, my people, I'm going somewhere with this. I am going somewhere with this. And you know the love of a mother, even though the cabal, even though the Fulani soldiers, even though the northern soldiers, even those from Lokoja, some of the Middle Beltan soldiers, what they did in the land of Biafra was a sacrilege. But you know the love of a woman. When you are pregnant, you are pregnant. When you carry a baby for 9 months, part of you is dying while the baby is growing for that 9 months. When you breathe the air, the baby breathes your air. When you eat good food, the baby is nourished in your womb. So the attachment is there. Even though our young girls were raped during the time of war, they got pregnant, they had the baby, and they decided to keep the baby. But you know there is something about DNA. DNA don't tell lies. DNA is like a magnet. When there is positive and negative, it will attract. A DNA knows their origin. It's a natural phenomenon that any child in the land of Biafra with the DNA of the Fulani cabal, if you notice, something is attracting them to the north. Most of those doing business in the north, when you look deeper, something is attracting them. There is something some of them, not all of them, there is something most of them know that with the Biafrans we don't know. Yes, they are Biafrans, they're in the north. There is something they know that is keeping them in the land of the north. It is the DNA. Because if your father, you are the fruit or you are the seed of your father. And most of the men who are military, who are Fulani, they came to the land of Biafra. So in the laws of Abraham, if you look at it there, you are the seed of your father. Yes, the woman gave birth to them, but they are the seed of their father. And DNA don't tell lies. So you see them, they go to the north in the hard, scorch weather of the north. They say they are doing business in the north. But my people, today, I want to let you know that even though most of them, they migrated towards the north and say they are doing business because of their DNAs attracting them towards the north, there were some of them that remained in the land of Biafra, which comes to this man they call Hope Uzodinma. My people, first of all, I want to let you know that not all skin folks are skin folks. Your kids and kin, don't assume that a man because he speaks your language, a man because he looks like you, a man because he grew up as your neighbor in the land of Biafra, do not assume that man is from your kindred. Don't make that mistake, my people. Because Hope Uzodinma, it is clear from his behavior, from his antics, from the way he thinks, from the way he treats his so-called people, it is clear he is not part of us. He is not a Biafran, my people. Which is why, since the Biafran War from 1967 till 1970, my people, listen to me. Since the Biafran War, those that threw bombs with aircraft in the Biafran War were the Fulani cabals, the Fulani military and the rest of them. And since the Biafran War, the only person who has invited the military and their aircraft and their war jets to drop bombs in the land of Biafra in the 21st century, the man, the governor who saw it deemed fit, who saw it as being okay to speak to us in a language we understand, was Hope Uzodinma. Because when you check the history, he is the only one who has invited the military, the Fulani military and their aircraft to come and fly over the land of Biafra and drop bombs. Something that we said never again will it happen in the land of Biafra. We said never again will the Biafrans allow the military, the Zoom military, to do what they did to us in the Biafran War. But suddenly, a man who was imposed, a man who was planted as governor in the land of Biafra. Now I understand. Now I know why the Fulani, they did what they did. That somebody who came as number 4 in an election was suddenly made to be number 1 by their so-called Supreme Court. The same game they played, they are playing it again, my people. This is the blueprint of the cabal. When they said they will take over that zoo called Nigeria, this is the blueprint they want to use. For those that know Ilorin, Ilorin is gone. Years ago, it was owned by the Yoruba, but Ilorin is gone. For those that know Kogi, even Kogi State was owned by the Yoruba nation, but now Yoruba, they have lost Kogi. Let's call a spade a spade. I am here to call a spade a spade. And suddenly now, slowly and steadily, they are coming with the Muslim ticket. That is the blueprint. Muslim ticket. And when you look very well, I told you, Usman Danfodio came all the way from the Middle East. And they conquered. And they vowed they would dip the Quran in the River Niger. So my people, this is a new game they are coming with. They are also coming with their own new dimension. Even though Simon Ekpa is coming with a new dimension to bring us Biafra, the Fulani cabal, they are also trying to come with their own dimension. They call it the Muslim ticket. And also, they are planting all their children who look like us, their children who speak our language, but their DNA, they are from the Fulani cabal. Hope Uzodinma is not a Biafran. When you look at him very well, Hope Uzodinma and IPOB, the man they call Maradona, Ibrahim Badamosiba. Oh my God, listen to me, my people. Listen to me. I will swear to you that even the most wicked Biafran in the world will never request for a military to drop bombs in the land of Biafra. It's the same way it goes. The most wicked Jewish man in the world will never allow another Holocaust to happen to their own people. We never allow a genocide to happen to the land of Israel. We never allow their military to come in and kill their own people. That's how you know when somebody is a son of a soil, because they will never allow such a thing to happen to their people. But when you look Hope Uzodinma very, very well, you can tell he's not of us. You can tell his behaviors, his antics, his way of life, his lifestyle, his mannerism, the way he bring unknown gunmen to kill his own people, the way he bring criminals, Fulani men, to come to the land of Biafra and kill the youths, the way he was able to send 200 so-called Islamic pilgrims to Mecca. That tells you Hope Uzodinma is not one of us. Look at him very well. He's of the stocks of Ibrahim Badamosi Babangida. Babangida is a Fulani man. It means Hope Uzodinma is always a Fulani man. He is a Fulani man. He might have a bit of the blood of the Biafran due to what happened to his mother or his grandmother during the Biafran war. But we know deep inside, DNAs don't tell lies. He is a Fulani man and he has no business in Biafra land. Which is why we are saying there will be no election in the land of Biafra. As Simon Ekpa has said, there will be no election in the land of Biafra. Because when you look at this man very well, he is bent on bringing in the blueprints of the Fulani cabal into the land of Biafra. He has built mosques. He has taken the so-called Muslims to Mecca for their pilgrimage. He has killed his own people. When his youth say they are not for him, he kills them. When they come out and stand for freedom, he kills them. He was the one who sent the military, the Zoom military, the Nigerian military, to fly in their air jets. The air jets they said they bought to kill Boko Haram. Suddenly, we are seeing those fighter jets flying into the land of Biafra, flying into Imo State and bombing the people, killing the youths, killing the women, killing the children. We say never again. That nonsense must stop as we are entering the month of November, where they plan to do their zoo election. We are saying that election will not hold. The election will not hold in Biafra land, in the land of Imo State, in the land of Okigwe State, in the land of Olu State, and in the land of Owerri State. I have the memory of an elephant. When Simon mentioned those three states within the land they call Imo State, I stuck that information in my brain. I have the memory of an elephant. So there will be no election in Okigwe State, in Olu State, and in Owerri State. For those who have not gotten the memo, those three states represent what you now know as Imo State. Those elections will not hold. That zoo election, I swear to God and man, it must never hold. I stand by Simon Ekpa. I stand by the dragon because I know that the Fulani cabal, they have given the result to Hope Uzodinma. He is their person. He is their kinfolks. He is the Fulani man, and he's carrying out the agenda of the Fulani cabal in the southeast. Since this man came, we have never seen blood spilled the way it has spilled in the land of Biafra. What manner of nonsense is this? We say enough is enough of the killings of the innocent youths of Imo State. Enough is enough. And Simon has said it. There'll be no election in the land of Biafra. For those of you who have not heard the dragon speak on this, for those of you who are slow, who are myopic, or who may not have the chance to have internet access to hear the vital, a very important message from Simon Ekpa about no election taking place in the land of Biafra. I want you to hear this now. Then I'll come back to wrap it up. Listen.
Good afternoon, fellow Biafrans all over the world, especially Biafrans in Imo State. Imo State, under the Biafra de facto government, is divided into three. We have the Okigwe State, we have the Olu State, and then we have the Owerri State. So if you find yourself within this state, within these three states of Biafra de facto, under the Biafra de facto government, I want everybody to pay attention. Nigeria can never conduct election anymore in Biafra land, and it is going to start from Imo State. We are not part of Nigeria.
Okay.
The de facto government has been activated.
Okay.
And it is a fight for survival.
Okay.
So if you find yourself in these three states, in Okigwe State, Biafra, in Olu State of Biafra, and in Owerri State of Biafra, get ready. We are going to embark on a very serious lockdown to make sure that Nigeria delegitimization will be taken to the next level.
Yes, sir.
It is time for your liberation. Your liberation starts from Imo State. Wait for my announcement in the coming days. It is happening live. Hope Uzodinma have written result for himself. He has paid off INEC. He has paid off every other person. He has paid the judges that will give judgment in the coming days. And that is not the kind of country we want. We are going to make sure that the delegitimization of Nigeria starts from Imo State in this election. The Biafra government has taken over Imo State. So wait for me in the next coming days as I will give announcement, give directive of how this delegitimization will take. I know that after this, they are still going to make the announcement because they already wrote a result and I'm aware of it. So, but we are going to prove to the world that no single Biafran will go out to vote in Imo State. Thank you.
God bless you, sir. God bless you very much. Thank you very much, my PM. I appreciate that coming straight from you. For those who have ears, let them hear. If I have told you once, I have told you a million times.
Ike de no de no de 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 Ike Prime Minister Ike de no de Ike Biafra Ike de no de Ike Pentecost Ike de no de Ike Dragon Ike de no de Ike Jachunde Nzama Ike de no de Ike de no de Ike ike dị n'ụdị n'ụdị ike, ike dị n'ụdị n'ụdị ike, ike dị n'ụdị n'ụdị ike, ike dragon, ike, ike dị n'ụdị n'ụdị ike, ike prime minista, ike, ike dị n'ụdị n'ụdị ike, ike pentikọst, ike, ike dị n'ụdị n'ụdị ike, dragon, dragon, dragon ka anyị ga-eso, ma ọ na-eje eje ma ọ na-ana ana, dragon ka anyị ga-eso. My dragon, my dragon, my dragon ka anyị ga-eso, ma ọ na-eje eje ma ọ na-ana ana, dragon ka anyị ga-eso. MNK, MNK, MNK ka anyị ga-eso, ma ọ na-eje eje ma ọ na-ana ana, MNK ka anyị ga-eso. MNK, MNK, MNK ka anyị ga-eso, ma ọ na-eje eje ma ọ na-ana ana, MNK ka anyị ga-eso.